Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in out of the cold and joining us this morning. And if somebody had to get out of school for a couple minutes to come on down here, thanks for making that sacrifice. We appreciate that. This is kind of a fun morning for us, and it's partly educational, so I think that makes it a little bit okay. My name's Jackie Needis, and I'm the CEO for your public library here in Indianapolis. And I just came from Nora, way up on the north side, where we had a big meeting this morning talking about libraries and what we're doing in the community and how you can use the library more. And I think what we're here now to talk about is a perfect example of that, of the interesting ways that you can get involved with your library and the interesting things we're doing to get you more involved and to help with all of your creative juices that you've got going. We're very excited this time of year because this is the month when we get to meet the artists. And I think you probably know, because you are kind of that artistic audience, that we've got all kinds of Meet the Artist activities coming up this month. The Great Big Gala is next Saturday, the 11th. This place is almost packed beyond belief that night. And there's a lot of wonderful activities going on all evening long for the whole family. Lots of activities for young people over in the Curve. Very creative activities since it's Meet the Artist, but also lots of really wonderful opportunities to see the creative people in our community when it comes to comedy and music and fashion and above all, art. So we're looking forward to that. Today's kind of special. Even though we have been having youth artists involved in Meet the Artists for several years now, this year's the first time that we've added this new dimension of just kind of throwing it out there to a bunch of young people and saying, just how creative are you? And I think this is going to be very exciting for us to see what they've come up with. So I want to invite everybody to come back next Saturday. And at this point, I'd like to invite Tony Radford to come up to the podium. Tony is our artist in residence here at the Public Library. And I think it's kind of neat for us to have an artist in residence. That's a statement about how important we think creativity is and how important we think it is to have a real artist who is part of the library team and helping to connect with all of you out in the city. So Tony, come on up.
Well, welcome and good morning. My role in this was, I got a call from ICANN School from Mr. Allen to do an art project with his students. ICANN is one of our shared partners. And when I got the invitation, I wanted to do something that was really going to get these kids' creative juices flowing. So instead of just doing paintings or abstracts or something, how many of you guys watch Chopped on the Food Network channel? I love Chopped, so when I was at the studio trying to figure out what I was gonna do, that was my thing. I got 2 boxes and just started loading up with found objects and materials to work with. I went to the school, talked to the kids, showed them a few pieces of my found object works, and those creative juices just cut on. I laid everything out and told them they had to use everything that was in the box. They could add, but they had to use everything in the box. If you guys look at these pictures later, you can check to make sure that everything that's on these pictures is on the pieces that they did. I knew the minute I walked out of the school that I was going to get something great, because these kids' creative juices started flowing. They were telling me what they were going to do. I was showing them my work. And when I got to work back, I was just blown away with the creativity and ideas that these kids came up with. So you guys are gonna, once we unveil it, you're gonna see some great pieces. And again, look at this board and then look at all the pieces in there and check out what these kids did. We started out with ICANN students. They created 3 pieces and started on the 4th piece. At school let out, Mr. Allen didn't return, so he got a group of kids to finish the piece up, and they're calling themselves Prince and Princesses, and they finished the last piece up. So I'd like at this time to bring Mr. Allen up, and he will tell you a little bit about what he did with the kids and how he made all this happen and how we brought it together. Nobody's seen this work but me and Mr. Allen and one other, my president of the committee. She talked me into letting her see it the other day. So we're the only three that's seen these pieces. Come on up, Mr. Allen.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Alan, and as Mr. Radford said, I met with Miss Cordia Watkins here at the library when I came from ICANN to learn about the library and the shared system. And we just started talking about artwork, and she gave me Mr. Radford's contact, and I just started blowing them up and asking my heads, could we do this project? Could we do it? Could we do it? And it turned out that we did. And so I got a group of students together that was interested, and they just hit the ground running from that point. And so they completed 3 different projects. We have one of those students here today. That's Miss Wood, Yesa Wood, and we're gonna bring her up in a few moments. But yeah, she did one project, and then we had another student. He finished one, and then we had 2 brothers. They also finished one, and then they got started on the larger piece, but unfortunately we didn't get to finish. So I got a group of students together, my nieces and nephews, and they blew me away. They haven't ever done anything artistic, and when they start showing me what they could do, it just blew me away. But I'm just excited to be here. This is my first time doing anything like this, and I mean, I am grateful. I am grateful, very humble. And I'm just thankful to be here and able to be a part of this. Just to show the youth that you can take anything and make something beautiful out of it. And they loved it. They loved it. Miss Wood, she's still making that face she always makes, but she was one, she had me laughing through the whole project, because Miss Wood, she wanted her project to be her project. She's like, no, don't touch it, don't come by it, stay back. I don't need no help. And she came up with something beautiful, and she named it herself. She finished everything on her own, and I'm just proud. I'm proud that you accomplished this on your own, and you showed me what a young adult can do. And as well as this group over here, I mean, I can't say enough. I can't say enough. I'm just thankful that we got to do this. We got it done. We learned some things along the way. We learned some things about our history, why we used the colors that we used, why did we do something centered around our community and our heritage. But I don't want to talk too much and give it away, but I'm going to bring Mr. Radford back up, and he's going to discuss a few more things with you. Thank you.
All right, we're going to unveil this piece. I'm going to have the principals come up with me and Jackie. I also wanted to mention that we had one other youth artist that's with us today. Her name is Dallas Garrett. Dallas, stand up. Her case is over here. So make sure before you leave, check out her work. All right, are you guys ready for this unveiling? All right.
All right, Tony, what are we doing?
Let's just form around.
Are we going to kind of
Block it.
We're going to kind of block it. You know, like that scene at Nativity Christmas when Santa's crawling under? We've got to unlock the pieces so no one can see. Do I just open it for now or take that off? All right, let's get out of the way here and see if we can, well, we'll show them off one at a time maybe. We got this one. How about that, everybody? Wow.
And the title of this piece is African Man. They did an extremely great job using found objects. Everything I gave them is in this piece. They even flipped something. The eyes are made out of candle tops, and they took the plastic from around here to put down on the nose. They just did an incredible job using these found objects.
All right.
Other case.
Second one.
So again, these were all the found objects that they had to work with. The titles for this piece is called Above, but Underneath, Night and Day. Second piece is, let me see, I don't have my glasses on. Learning in the Midst of Nothing. That's the title of this piece. And this guy talks too long.
Okay, animated.
I'm gonna bring my student who named this last piece up, Yesa, and she's gonna explain her piece that she titled.
What'd you call that?
This title piece is named Wasi.
Can you say that for everybody to hear?
This title piece is named Wasi. I got the name from the Chinese culture because of the colors. I thought of that, and that this project was made out of found objects, and I thought of that as trash. But trash means Wasi in Chinese.
Oh, we're having a multicultural experience here this morning. Chinese vocabulary combined with art, combined with the Meet the Artist series. This is good. All right, everybody. You gotta hold it up so people can see it because the sign is, our podium might be blocking some people. All right, look at that, guys.
As I said, these kids did a wonderful job. I mean, the pieces just blew me away. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't care. It was their creation, their idea. When I dropped it off, I told them to get busy. Before I left, they had all kind of ideas, and this is the final product. So give them another round of applause. And also, Dallas Garrett is my granddaughter, and she's very creative and just loves to draw, paint, sculpt. So all these kids did a wonderful job. All right.
Now, we have some information for the principals of ICANN, so if you could stay up here while Jackie actually presents you with the plaque, I'll let Jackie read it off for you.
Okay, it says, this is the kind you hang on the wall, Project Reclaimed, promoting young people's involvement in the arts. Presented in appreciation to Indiana College Preparatory School, ICANN. Meet the Artist, number 10, 20, 29, gotta check our Roman numerals there, from the Indianapolis Public Library 2017. And we really appreciate your support and leadership because the students can't do these things if they don't have folks in their school who believe that this extra activity really helps them grow. So thank you so much.
Take a picture. And you guys come together so we can take a quick picture. Go ahead, Alan, I need you in the picture as well.
You got that? And isn't it good to be an art teacher with people who really believe in you? Thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
Next
All right.
Mr. Alan, right?
Okay, next we're gonna give Mr. Wright a certificate. It was a pleasure working with Mr. Wright. He welcomed me to the school. He introduced me to the kids, and we had a great time while I was at the school. So at this time, I'd like to present Mr. Allen with an award, our certificate.
I get a picture? All three.
Okay. Who said that? I was saying that this back.
Come on, Alan, I'm gonna have you introduce your students.
Okay.
Let's do her last. Let's do yours.
First, we're going to start by presenting the young prince and princesses with their certificates. First, Lamar Summerlin. Lester Summerlin.
All right, let's do.
Janiyah Lamore. Gianni Wright.
Good job, good job.
Deontay Bass.
All right.
Jemiah Ackerman.
Good job, man.
Jayla Ackerman.
Good job, Jayla.
All right, and from ICANN, we had 4 students that participated in this project. Unfortunately, 3 of those students weren't able to make it. Mr. Ellis, he worked on the top project night and day. And the second one, that was worked on by 2 brothers, Isaiah and Edward Baxter. And Yesa Wood, she did the bottom project, as we know, and she is here, so I would like to present this certificate to Yesa Wood.
Good job, Lisa. We have one last award for Dallas Garrett. All right. That completes our youth exhibit for 2017. We want to invite you all out next weekend for the gala reception, to come out and see all the work, talk to all the artists. Got a ton of entertainment, so come out and join us and have a good time.
Without further ado, but I want to give Tony Radford, who had this genius idea to work with the school. Can we give him a round of applause? And before the students leave, I'd like to give a photo right over here by the artwork, all the students, the teachers, and anybody that had anything to do with it, do a photo op, and you can close us out.
Well, thank you so much, Cordia. There's a lot to celebrate today, and I want to make a special point to thank the family members of these students, because it takes a lot of support to get our kids to the classes and to the different places where they learn this stuff, to get them down here today. You're running kids wherever they got to go, but the kids who have that kind of family support really have a much better chance of succeeding. And so we can never forget to thank those members of the family who actually help facilitate all of this stuff. So thanks for being with us today, and let's take a couple more photos and enjoy all this good artwork. Thanks, everybody.
Well, I was the leader of the youth artwork, so I basically oversee the project and assisted them with gluing and that kind of things. But I basically let them do free reign. They showed me some stuff that I didn't even think of. They were given a box of objects, found objects, and that included a spatula, old eraser, bottle tops, candles tops, paint brushes, and then once they painted with the paint brushes, we actually used those on the project as well. The instructions was that we have to use everything, and everything was laid out in front of them, and they basically start putting it together like a puzzle, moving pieces here and there, flipping pieces over, taking stuff apart, putting it back together, adding stuff. They took my hat, and they just ran with it. Well, I was blown away. They came up with some stuff that I would have never even thought of. For example, we got a whole mask here, eyelashes and a beard and all these things that I wasn't even thinking of, and they just start coming up with stuff on their own based off of what they saw.